Yo, what's up guys? Boogle here. Today is going to be a different type of video and something you might have not have seen coming, but if you couldn't tell already, today we're going to be talking about a gacha game called Genshin Impact. Now I'm sure you've heard about this game thousands of times already and you're probably wondering why I'm making this video. Well, I decided why not make my first impression of this game into a video, and that's exactly what you're gonna get in this video right here. Now the company that developed this game has also made a bunch of gacha games in the past, but I have never played any of the gacha games by this company up until this point, so this is completely the first impression of this whole company and their video game development, and also this gacha game that is soaring through the skies right now, which is Genshin Impact. Now the very first thing that caught my attention when I first started playing this game is the art, and wow, this art is A+. The art, the character design, even the OSTs and sound design in this game is A+, A1. Just take a look at how beautiful this world is designed and how beautiful the art is. Now this is a mobile game, so I do not know if it is completely the same on mobile, but I can probably tell it does look pretty stunning on mobile as well. But on PC, it does look absolutely amazing. So right off the bat, they smashed it on the artwork and the whole sound design of this game. But of course, we were gonna run into the gameplay of the actual game. So what is the main thing in this game that makes it so intriguing? It is not the simple combat, which is very simple. It's just each character has their skills and you have to utilize those skills in different ways. And depending on how you utilize those skills and combo those skills, they will scale and do different effects. But the thing here is that every character is very unique and they all have their own skills. And this is where the game gets pretty interesting, because with all those unique characters and skills, there also comes the huge part of the game, which is the elements. And elements in this game is a very crucial part to dealing a whole bunch of damage and comboing multiple units and utilizing multiple unit skills or character skills to the max. And once you dive into these elemental combos and figure out truly what each elemental combo does, what effects it has on enemies, what debuffs and what buffs you get, this is where the combat gets really interesting, and it covers the whole simple side of just your basic attack and your two skills, or your talents, I would call it. Yeah, as you can probably see, there is a lot you can do with each character, and each character is its own character, and like I said before, they are unique in their own way, in their talents, their attributes, and everything else. There's a lot to go through, and once you figure out what characters you utilize and what characters to combo with each other and make the right party, that's when you truly start getting into the core of the game, and that's basically how you decide to tackle all these quests, missions, and all these other events in this game. And yeah, this game does have co-op, if you did not know. But as you can see here, as we slowly level up this character is an electro character, and that is the element of this character. Each character has a different element, and like I said previously, you can pair those elements with other elements and make elemental combos and different elemental effects. Like as you can see here, our main girl has a different talent here, and you can see that all characters have different talents. They're all unique, and each talent is a crucial part to making the characters what they are, and it shows all the stats and what these talents do. And you can also ascend these talents and get bigger stats and bigger buffs. There's also passive skills for each character. There is a lot to go through in this game, and these are just the talents. There's stuff like weapons you can equip on your character. There's artifacts, which also buffs your character's abilities and stats. There's just a lot to go through. Here's another example of this cryo character we have here and his talents, and this is exactly what makes the game so intriguing. As you can see here, we have our party, and in this party, if you equip two electro element characters in your party, you will get this party buff, or elemental resonance as they call it. And this is very crucial to building your parties, and You could build parties for adventuring, so you get that extra stamina usage reduction, which is very helpful in traveling, and that extra movement speed. There's just a lot of stuff you can do with the elements in this game, and that is the core mechanic in this game, using the elements to your advantage for every character. Now, all this talk about using characters, but what about getting characters? And now I'm gonna hop into the gacha aspect of this game. Now, this game is pretty free to play once it comes to the gacha aspect. The game hands out a lot of free characters in the beginning, and they aren't trash characters. Like, if you work on them enough, they can help progress through the game up to a very far point, and it is very reasonable for a gacha game. And the currency in this game is fairly easy to get. You get it almost every single enemy encounter, every single chest you open, literally everything you do in the open world, and just go out adventuring and you'll stack up a whole bunch of currency pretty easily. Now, the gacha aspect of this game is very simple, but that's not a bad thing at all. And simple is good in some cases, but simple is great in this case because the amount of depth in each character is what makes up for the simple gacha mechanic and the simple combat mechanics. And the game does hand out free stuff from time to time as well. Now, if that wasn't all, there is another big thing to this game, and this game is an RPG, an adventuring open world RPG, so there is a story here and it is pretty interesting. I mean, you can't expect much more from a gacha game having a very true in-depth story, but the story in this game is kind of interesting and intriguing to the point which makes you want to explore the world more and figure more about the world and everything that goes on in this open world RPG. And it seems like each character has their own story and their own path to follow. While there is the main story you can go through, there's also a whole bunch of side quests and a whole bunch of side character quests that you can go through to get a deeper look into each character and who they are and what they are doing in this world. And there's also just a lot of things you could find out by just exploring the world and just by activating random events in the world, and there's a lot of interactions there as well. Overall, the story is good. It's nothing too amazing that I could point out in this game, like the art and other stuff is, but it is good enough to pique your interest and learn more about this world and what goes on. Now, to wrap things up, let's talk about the progression in the game. Now, the progression in this game in the beginning is very smooth. You generally have enough resources and enough XP to get your main characters, if not your whole squad, to a very decent level. But from what I've heard, it does slow down a lot once you reach the end half of the game, but that's only going to change when they add in new content and new story. So that huge gap will be filled with a huge boost to XP and progression there. Now, for the final thoughts of my first impression on this game. Overall, this is a really damn good gacha game and you should absolutely try it. I mean, there's nothing to lose here. The game is completely free and it's on mobile, it's on PC, it's on PS4. There's lots of compatibility, there's co-op crossplay. This is just a must-play game, and if I were to rank this game, this would easily get an 8 or 9 out of 10 as a first impression. You know, compared to a lot of other games and other gacha games, this is a completely free one, and the amount of content in here is absolutely mind-blowing. Now, things might change once I reach endgame, and maybe I might make a final verdict once I do reach the endgame of this gacha game, and that will truly wrap up the whole experience of this game. But as for now, this is just the first impression, and if I were to rank it against other gacha games, this is what it would look like. And these are just out of the couple gacha games I've played. Yeah, you can take a look at this and judge for yourself, but of course, this is my opinion, so keep that in mind, but this is what I have the rankings at. But yeah, that was my first impression on Genshin Impact, the popping new gacha game, and this is truly a great game and you should definitely try it out. It's free. all you gotta do is spend some time on it. There's really nothing else to lose, and there is just a lot much more on the table here compared to other gacha games. Yeah, drop a like if you enjoyed this video. This was kind of a different video from the previous styles of videos I've done, so feedback would be much appreciated. Subscribe if you're new, join the hashtag Boogle gang, and maybe there will be some more Genshin Impact videos in the future. Depends on if you guys want it, so if you do want those Genshin Impact videos, make sure to drop a like and that'll let me know. Otherwise, I'll just be playing this on my own time. But yeah, it's been John Boogle, and see ya.